The wind swept across the dying plains like a ghost that refused to rest. Dust and sun mixed on the horizon, painting the world in gold and grit. Out here, in the far edge of the Dakota frontier, folks didn't need clocks to tell time. Only the color of the sky and the sound of boots coming down the road. And that evening, boots were coming. A horse crested the hill, black as smoke, foam at its mouth. Riding it was a woman no one in Dead River Crossing had ever seen before. She wore a long, trail-worn duster and a hat pulled low enough to hide her eyes. Her name, as the locals would soon whisper, was Clara Vale, an outlaw, a legend, and maybe a ghost. The saloon doors creaked open like old bones. The room went still. Card games froze mid-hand. Whiskey glasses stopped mid-air. Clara walked to the counter, dust trailing behind her boots, and tossed a silver dollar on the bar. "Whiskey," she said. Her voice was calm, low, the kind that makes men straighten their backs without knowing why. The bartender, a rancher named Eli Boone, eyed her. "That'll buy you a drink and a whole lot of trouble." Clara smiled faintly. "Then I'll take both." He poured the whiskey. She didn't drink it, just stared into the glass like she could read her future in it. Word had spread before she even arrived about the $1 bounty note nailed to the sheriff's door in a nearby town. $1, it said, for Clara Vale, dead or alive. Folks laughed at it. Who'd waste bullets for a single dollar? But those who'd met her knew better. That $1 wasn't a bounty, it was a message. Someone wanted her found, someone she'd wronged. And that night, as the moon climbed over the saloon, trouble walked in behind her. The door opened again. A tall man with a gray coat and a scar under his eye stepped inside. He looked at Clara like a wolf that had been chasing the same scent for too long. "Vale," he said. She turned slowly, hand resting near her revolver. "Marshal," she replied. "You still chasing ghosts?" He grinned. "Only the ones that owe me." The room went silent again. Every breath hung heavy. The piano player slid off his stool and disappeared into the back. "Word is," the marshal said, "you took something that wasn't yours." Clara raised the glass and finally drank. "I took what was owed, and I paid my dollar for it." A gust of wind blew the doors wide open, as if the prairie itself wanted in on the story. The marshal stepped closer. "You left a rancher bleeding in the dust outside Abilene. You call that payment?" Clara's eyes flicked up, cold, sad. He drew first. "You shot second," he said. "I shot better." The two stared at each other, years of regret and rage between them. Without another word, Clara turned, leaving the half-finished drink and a trail of dust behind. Outside, her horse waited, loyal, restless, as if it knew what came next. The marshal followed her out, his hand hovering near his gun. "You can't keep running, Vale." Clara mounted up, her coat snapping in the wind. Wasn't planning to. She looked back once, not at him, but at the town, the people staring from the windows, the land she loved and lost. Then she reached into her pocket, pulled out a single dollar coin, and tossed it into the dirt between them. "For the trouble," she said. The marshal's eyes narrowed. "What's that supposed to mean?" Clara smiled. "It means I'm done paying for sins I didn't make." Her horse reared, and with a kick she was gone, riding west into the setting sun. The coin glinted in the dust, $1, shining like a farewell. Days later, the marshal found her hat near the canyon rim, her tracks vanishing into the rocks. No body, no sign, just that dollar coin, weathered and still glimmering in the dirt. Some said she made it to Mexico. Others swore they saw her ghost riding along the railroad tracks at night, coat trailing behind her like smoke. But the bartender, old Eli Boone, would just smile. He'd say she paid her dollar and she took her freedom off.